What's this for? Heat transfer vinyl? Nah, we don't use that around here. Instead, I'm gonna be giving you the best alternative to specialty heat transfer vinyl, and that's gonna be the IColor Presto weedless paper system for textiles. Now, similar to heat transfer vinyl, these do come in single colors, but one huge advantage that these have to HTV is the fact that they're completely weedless, meaning we don't have to do any weeding. Now, to show you in a bit more detail what I'm talking about, today I'm going to be giving you 3 different products that you can print using the Presto 2-step metallic paper that are going to be the perfect fit for the winter season. And with that, let's jump straight into the first product, which is going to be a winter scarf. Now, to use the Presto 2-step transfer paper, the first thing we need to do is to swap the white toner with the black toner or the K toner. Our design needs to be printed with full black toner in order for the adhesive to properly adhere to the transfer and transfer over to your garment. Now, when we print it, we always want to make sure that we print our design on the bottom or the dull side of the sheet. Now here we have our printed image and we have our B sheet, which is the adhesive sheet. So what we're going to do is simply layer both together, and then we need to heat press it together. This process is called marrying, and the first thing we need to do is preheat the bottom platen. Now what I'm doing is making a little bend at the bottom corner, so that way after I press it, it's a lot easier to grip the adhesive sheet so I can take it off and peel it. Now after we heat press it down for 285 degrees Fahrenheit for 120 seconds, the next thing we need to do is rub it down with a piece of cloth to cool it off a little bit, and then we're going to let it sit for about 5 seconds before we peel off the adhesive sheet. Now on this step, it's crucial to keep an even and steady peel to avoid any adhesive coming off of the transfer. So pull in one smooth motion. Now it's time to press the actual scarf. So what we're going to do is lay it down flat, and we're going to pre-press it for about 10 seconds to release any moisture. Another thing that we need to do is cut around our design so that way any extra adhesive doesn't get on the actual garment, or in this case, the scarf. So now we have both our designs cut out, and we're going to start by pressing just one. Now we are going to be pressing this using heavy pressure at 285 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 seconds. After we press our transfer, we need to let it cool before peeling away the carrier. For this, I would usually put it on a table, but for now I'm placing a heat press pillow underneath the scarf to help it cool down. Once it's completely cool to the touch, we need to be very careful when we peel the carrier and keep it as angled and as close as possible to the garment to avoid any of the design coming off. Now we need to press it one more time to really seal the design in there, and while I'm at it, I'm also going to press the second part of my design right next to it. Then we're going to repeat the peeling process, heat press it one last time to seal the second design in there, and we're done. Most specialty heat transfer vinyls, after they get the second press, they kind of start to get a bit more dull and they start to lose some of their special effect. This happens a lot with glitter, and it happens also a lot with metallic colors. All right, on to our second product, and this is going to be one that you can really print for practically anybody throughout the entire year, whether that be for the winter season or even for the summer. And that's going to be a nice little sunglass or an eyeglass pouch. Let's go ahead and print it. Now, just like before, we're going to be printing our design in full black. Now we need to lay our sunglass pouch flat and give it a pre-press to release any moisture. As you can see, I'm laying it on the edge to help me get even pressure by hanging the tie strings off the side, and then place the transfer on top and press. As always, I'm covering it with a craft sheet of paper, so that way I don't apply direct heat to the transfer or the design itself. Now I'm just rubbing it down with a piece of cloth to help it cool, and then peeling the carrier as before, keeping it at an angle and close to the pouch in a smooth rolling motion. Then after we press it one more time, it's ready for use. All right, last but certainly not least, this last one is going to be perfect for the kiddos, especially during the holiday season when it starts to get a little bit cold. And that's going to be long sleeve shirts for kids. So with that, let's jump straight into this one. Now this is a bit more tricky, but still easy. Here we have the side seams of the garment, and if we press it just like this, we will get uneven pressure and our transfer might not adhere properly. To remedy this, I'm using a pressing pillow to help even out the pressure, but remember to lessen the pressure on your heat press as well. Now let's just go through the process one more time to press it onto the shirt. Everything is going to be the exact same in terms of the settings. Now you saw how easy this was to print, but let me tell you about the feeling. This feels so much nicer than heat transfer vinyl. If you have negative space or if you have thinner lines like these, this doesn't have that rubbery or plasticky feel, especially after you give it that second press. And best of all, it still retains its shimmer and its shininess. Check that out. As you saw, these were super easy to make. All you had to do was simply print it onto the A sheet, which is going to be your foil sheet, and then marry it with your adhesive sheet. Check this out. Look at that detail on the print. All of that negative space is what ended up on the actual shirt. So this right here really does show you how much detail you can actually do and how much detail you can accomplish in just seconds without having to weed anything using the Uninet IColor white toner printer and the Presto metallic 2-step paper. Now, just as a couple of extras, a few other products that you can offer using the same paper that are perfect for the wintertime as well are going to be products like leather jackets as well as table runners and table napkins. These are all perfect for the holiday season, especially for when people get together for dinner and their get-togethers. It really does add that extra little touch of elegance and just overall that holiday feeling. Now, one of the cool things about all of the products that I showed you today is the fact that you can actually sell all of these all the way up until March because that's when winter ends. Now, not only that, but the long sleeve and the scarf, those can also be good for the fall season, whereas the sunglasses and the long sleeves, depending on the material of the long sleeves, these can also be good for the summer season as well. These transfers apply to both full cotton, polyester, and a mixture of both, so that way you can use these, again, throughout the entire year. For the winter, you can put on full cotton, whereas for the summer, you can do full polyester for things like bathing suits, or those long sleeve shirts that kids like to put on to go to the pool so that way they don't get burned, such as these. So what's your favorite winter product, or have you used the Presto metallic paper before? What do you think of its uses and how it compares to heat transfer vinyl? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this one. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. As always, my name is Mario with Uninet. I'm here to help, and catch y'all next time.